Concussions, breaks, frostbite, dehydration, and hunger all know how to ruin a perfectly good day. So, how many of you actually participate in winter sports? Good amount. So, hopefully you'll know like what kind of safety to do and how to properly hydrate and eat before the day and during the day. It's always important to wear the proper protection, dress accordingly for the weather, and have the right kinds of food and drink before and during your activities, because you always want to make sure that when taking part in winter sports, safety should always be considered before setting out on your trip. Having and using the proper safety gear for your winter activity is always important, and it can help prevent new or reoccurring injuries. Helmets are a good choice to wear because nothing kills the day more than getting a concussion. Snowboarders should make sure that they have the correct type of helmet, because their helmets are actually slightly different than skiers' helmets, just because how they ride down the mountain. And skiers should always wear helmets also, because you could think that, yeah, I'm the greatest skier in the world, I never fall. Last time I fell was when I was 3, when I was on one of those stupid little leashes with mom and dad. But you can't always trust everyone else on the mountain, because some people don't really know how to control themselves, and they could always hit you. So, which brings me to the next thing, is braces can also help prevent old injuries from recurring or new ones from happening. Wrist guards for snowboarders, which are up among the top of injuries for all snowboarders, which is according to the ABC of Snowboarding website. Another brace to keep in mind, especially if you're going to do some intense snowshoeing, would be an ankle brace. It's always good to keep in mind the kind of terrain you're going to be going over, and that you can't see through the snow, so you don't know where there are holes underneath or where there are roots or stumps underneath to twist your ankle. And the third brace is just a knee brace. All 3 of them it's good for, and that can just help prevent old injuries from happening again or new ones from occurring. So once you've figured out on that, you need to focus on having the proper clothes for your activity. I'm sure many of you actually know who Patty Fitzgerald is. She runs the gym here at Co Green. And in her law enforcement fitness course, she always stresses that wearing the proper gear during your activity, especially exercising outside in the cold, is very important. You need 3 basic layers: the base layer, mid layer, and your outer layer. The base layer is obviously right up against your skin. It's the base layer. It helps wick away the moisture, keeping you warm and dry, and this should be tighter. Some examples of the types of material are polyester, wool, silk, and not cotton, because cotton tends to retain the moisture. The mid layer is what goes over top of the base layer. This is what helps insulate you and keeps the heat around your body and not escape, while it also helps to push the moisture farther away. Again, polyester or wool are also good for this, or down or fleece, but this layer is a little looser, it's not tight. And the outer layer, finally, it just basically blocks wind while also letting moisture escape. It can have zippers on it to open vents to help you cool off if you get too hot, or you can take it off and be able to tie it around your body so you don't have to carry it. Now that you know how to dress, let's talk about how you can fuel and hydrate before and during your activity. Eating and drinking right before and And during the activity, you can determine if your experience will be lots of fun or make you miserable. Prior to going out, you want to make sure that you have been properly hydrating yourself, which means drinking plenty of water before you actually go out, the day before and the hours leading up. And according to the article, Eating for Cold Weather Exercise by Elizabeth Quinn, who is actually in sports medicine, before heading outside, eating a good meal of complex carbohydrates like bagels, soups, breads, and lean meats will help give you energy for the entire day. And these foods tend to stay with you longer than, say, candy bar, which will only give you a short burst of energy. It's important to bring snacks with you to refuel so you don't have to go inside. This is where actually candy bars or chocolate bars would come in handy. And aside from that would be granola bars, sandwiches, bananas, which are all, they're light and you can just eat them fast on the go. And they'll sustain you for long enough. Bringing extra liquid is also very important, like water, Gatorade, vitamin water, anything like that. They'll help replenish your lost vitamins, electrolytes. I mean, it's always just good to stay hydrated. Soda, caffeine, and alcohol should always be avoided when you're exercising because they tend to dehydrate you. And alcohol, again, it's what a lot of people believe, it doesn't actually make you warmer. It actually makes you lose body heat faster. So hopefully with those of you that do outdoor winter activities, if you didn't already know some of these, you now do, and for those of you that don't participate, hopefully you will. So thank you.
Thanks, Mike.